Okay, I know you guys, some guys have been having some trouble with the grip control on the PDP, so we're going to go over a few fundamentals here. The key is that there's not too big of a gap here for this, and it's going to be a little loose, and we want to make sure that we have our pin pushed out. So we're going to back up, and I'm going to have you check a couple of different things. So I'm going to take this one off. And see, we have this pin moving back and forth. So I'm going to push down on this spring here, and I'm going to pull this pin out, keeping my thumb over the spring stop right there. And what I want you guys to do is check the gap that's on here. So because there's a little bit of gap, all right? And we can bend this thing. Just take it and squeeze it a little bit. And you can bend it and get it a little bit tighter, okay? And so you can just tweak it a little bit to get just enough so it's nice and snug, okay? So there's got a little bit of movement on there. What we don't want, I'm gonna bend it open. Okay, we don't want that much movement in there. That's too much. So just take it and bend it and get it so it's snug, but it's still loose, okay? I got a little bit of movement back and forth. Now, when I have it this tight, it's going to snap a little. It's going to take a little bit of effort to snap that pin in there. I also wanted to explain that this pin has got some stops on it. It's just right there, and so it's not meant to go all the way through. It's meant to stop right on the surface there, and right on the surface there, okay? So the pin's going to fall in there, and the pin's basically going to sit like that. So you can see how we're going to have to expand the clamp a little bit so we get the clearance so that snaps in there. And I'm going to show you how to do it real quick, real easy. Okay, so we want to put the pin back in. I'm just going to push down a little bit, and it should go right in and go, and so it moves back and forth just like that. Now, I'm going to push it flush all the way to the side, and I'm going to make sure it's in this side. So it's going in. I can feel it in that hole right there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this other side up. All right, now here's the trick. I'm going to take the tool that came with it, with the grip control, and I'm going to put pressure on this side right here. You can see how, I don't know if you can see that, but it's bouncing a little bit. And I'm going to press that way, and so I'm going to get this clamp, the C to spring, and it's going to give me just enough clearance for that thing to snap in. So I'm going to push, and then I'm basically going to use that to snap it in. And so now I've got it in there. It's going to move a little bit, but that movement is required so that you can release the slide when it's on there. But it's not enough movement to, so basically the grip control is going to stay on there, just like that. Now I've shot these a lot, and I can put a lot of push pressure on there, and they do just fine. But that's how it works. So the key is you have a little bit of movement here, but not too much. And I showed you how to kind of gauge that and fit that in. These are all plastic frames, and so they vary a little bit. You get a little tolerance buildup. And I have done some that are easier and tighter than others. So you're just going to have to play around, but that's essentially how it works, just like that. So I hope you can get the feel for that. And yes, you do want it nice and snug, and you do sometimes need to pressure, put enough pressure on there to do that. So I'm going to pop this off again. And you can take a little, I've got a punch here. And if it helps, when you push this on, if you can get a little more leverage with something like this, then by all means try that. And I see now I can push it a lot more with that, and it's a lot easier to pop on there. So if you have a punch or something like that, I know this is kind of little. And if you do it too much and you get too much movement there, again, you can just pop this off. The tighter you make it, the better. And so you can squeeze that on really tight. Now I squeezed that quite a bit. Maybe I did it too much. And it's going to be snug on there, but it's plenty enough for me to bend that and to snap that on there and get it just like that. Okay. So the snugger, the tighter you can make this clamp, and still get that to snap in there, the more you're going to like the feel of that, and it still allows everything to move. So when I put the slide on, okay, it's on there, and I still basically push that down and it still comes off. So everything still works and functions like it's designed to. And I can really cramp on there and I can fire like crazy. So I hope that helps. If you're still having trouble, give us a call back and we'll see what else we can do for you.